Hi, this is Chris Padgett. We're doing another episode of Dining with Greatness today with an old friend of mine, Mike Hammond. We're at the Granville Inn. We've been here before. We decided to come back. What'd you get today, Mike?
I got the bacon and blue burger.
You eat a lot of, is there a lot of bacon, blue burgers, or equivalents in your diet these days?
No, my wife has had me on this 21-day fix, so honey, if you're watching this, it's just one day off.
Cheat day.
Cheat day, absolutely.
I gotcha. What are the staples on this 21-day fix?
I don't know. She's went out and bought a lot of containers and a little bit of food in a lot of containers, so it's not much food, a lot of fruit and that kind of stuff.
I've got a friend at work who does that. She's not been in a very good mood lately. So. Growing up, you and I had almost identical interests and whatnot. We're going to hit on a couple of them. I know you were and still are a huge baseball fan. How many Reds games would you go to a year?
Oh, when I was a kid, of course, not many games were on television. We would go to 10 plus a year,
really?
Probably, yeah.
Now, this was old
Riverfront Stadium. My dad says, now, I don't remember, but my dad says that I actually was at Crosley Field with my granddad and he one time. Of course, they moved in 70 or 71, so I don't remember 2 or 3, so I don't remember, but Riverfront is what I remember, yeah.
Now, that was the old artificial turf. These were the old cookie-cutter stadiums.
Yeah.
I would go to Busch Stadium.
Right.
What is the hottest you ever remember a game there?
I remember in 1990, a buddy and I was working with, went up to a doubleheader with the Pirates. That's the year the Reds won the World Series. They beat the Pirates in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. This was like a probably July or August daily doubleheader. You remember those?
Oh,
They played a game at like 3 o'clock.
Back when they used to play double.
Absolutely. They played a game at like 3 o'clock, then they would take like an hour and a half off. They played again at like 7:30.
Yeah.
It was so hot and the bugs were so bad that I went and bought a $2 cigar and burned it under the seats of the bugs would stay off of me. It was smoking.
I remember at Busch Stadium one time. This would have been probably early to mid '80s because this was when Whitey Herzog was there and Ozzie Smith. We went to a July 4th game against the Cubs, and you hear stories about it being 130, 140 on the field. That was one of those days. It wasn't that hot in the stands, but Busch Stadium sat down a little bit too, so you never got any breeze through there. And it was just.
I had talked to some guys that had played. Matter of fact, there was a guy that I went to high school with that played Major League Baseball. He'd said that on those AstroTurf fields, that they would have buckets of ice water in dugouts, and the guys would soak their feet in between innings. It was so hot on the field. So pretty tough.
As a player, would you rather play in hot or cold?
No, hot weather is no doubt about it. Cold weather is brutal in baseball. Of course, I still coach. Those March days at 45 degrees, it's hard.
I was going to say, I never remember, and this is strictly a high school experience, I never remember a problem with a game being too hot. When you're a player, you don't care. I do remember games that was cold and someone would throw an inside fastball on you and you'd feel it ringing in your hands for about 4 innings. The cold weather is brutal.
A lot of times you're just trying to survive the cold weather. You're not trying to play.
Yeah. Another one of your interests is another one of my interests. You were a pro wrestling fan.
Oh, big time.
Now, what territory did you watch, or territories?
Of course, as we got older, everybody was with Vince McMahon and the whole deal. But when I was really watching as a kid, I can remember my fondest memories were when I was in elementary school. We had a basketball league that all the kids when you played in, and you have all your games on Saturday morning. And at noon on Saturday morning, it was Memphis wrestling.
Yeah, so this is Jerry Lawler,
Jackie Fargo. So that was what you would come home and watch. And you would come home from basketball, and you would sit in front of the television at 12 o'clock. From 12 to 1, you would watch I don't even know, it was Lance Russell and Dave Brown, and then of course, you also had TV TBS began to get
when cable first
came out. Yeah.
That was Gordon Soley.
Golden Sorley, yeah.
Did you? Of course, the bunch out of Memphis.
Yeah.
They would do house shows around the area, including come up to Louisville and Evansville and whatnot. Did you ever see one of those live?
Absolutely. We would go to Louisville Gardens. We would go to Louisville Gardens. Even when I got into probably college, we would go to Louisville Gardens and watch those. And my brother would always tell the funny story that you know that when you walk to Louisville Gardens around Christmas time and the people that are sitting ringside are giving each other Christmas presents, then you know that they come every week.
That was great stuff though. But now, unfortunately, recently, and I say recently, I mean within like the last year, a lot of these guys that we grew up watching are going away. Now, there was always a fair number of pro wrestlers who died of unnatural causes, and whatever. But a lot of the guys we grew up watching now are dying off. And within the last year, I want to throw out 3 names. I just want to get some your impression on these guys and where they stood in your book. The first one is the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
Oh wow! I don't know that. He's one of the all-time greatest. He could carry a show. He worked the microphone, and of course, watching him wrestle. I don't know that his wrestling technique was great, but as far as when he got the mic and started working the show, he may have been the best.
Only in pro wrestling did a bleached blonde guy, 300 pounds with not an ounce of definition to his body, become a star.
Yeah, it's exactly right.
That is the American dream.
It's the American dream.
What about Roddy Piper?
Just, hilarious. I remember watching Piper before he made it to the WWF, or WWE now, and he was good and funny and the whole deal. But I would say that he probably brought that comic approach to wrestling that has probably got really big with The Rock and some of those guys. And he was probably one of the first guys that really did that kind of stuff.
Yeah, he was a great promo.
He was a self-deprecating guy that was able to laugh at himself and have fun with it.
But yet, when he was a heel, he could come across as menacing and dangerous.
He was, and you know what? I think that he was good in both. As a heel or as the fan favorite, he was good in both ways.
I liked him better as a heel.
I did too.
The last one was just recently, Mr. Fuji.
Oh, Mr. Fuji. I still remember the judo chop, Mr. Fuji. And of course, then he ended up in movies and doing a lot of stuff after that. Well, actually, Piper as well. But again, there was a role. He was a manager for a while and did all that stuff. But yeah, those guys.
I tell you what, too, you go back to like the mid '70s, the early '80s when you watched for an Asian wrestler like Mr. Fuji. The whole concept of political correctness was not there. I mean, if you want to take a walk down memory lane, watch some of those old shows. What they did then would never go now.
Even there's some websites that you can jump out there and look at. Even how they named the wrestlers were not very politically correct.
No.
Back in the '70s.
No.
Some of those guys had some tough lives. But you figure some of these guys were wrestling 5 days a week just to make a living. They would tear their bodies apart.
Yeah. It's a rough life. So. All right, if you're ready, we're going to do the Tommy gun round. Okay. Quick questions, quick answers. All right. Have you ever gone to a pro hockey game?
Yes.
Who? Columbus. Okay. Do you have a passport?
I do.
When's the last time you left the country and where?
Canada, mid-90s.
What brand was your first pair of metal spikes?
First, Converse.
What brand was your favorite glove?
Rawlings.
How many times a year do you play golf?
More now than probably 10 to 12.
Do you have a favorite flavored iced tea?
I'm just really more of just a plain unsweet iced tea guy.
Do you have a favorite historical figure?
Abraham Lincoln.
Name an athlete you would have liked to have seen live that you never had the chance to do.
Gary.
there you go. That's this week's issue, or this particular episode of Dining with Greatness. I'd like to thank Mike for joining us. I'd like to thank the Granville Inn for another great lunch. I don't know when we're going to do another one of these, and I don't know who I'm going to talk to, but we'll see you next time.